Hi guys, thanks for coming back to the channel. There's some really good speeches on this short video, and one of them by a 13-year-old lad. But yeah, a few more reusuals and very enjoyable. That'd be a bit of a break anyway, so enjoy.
The main weapon that our oppressors use against us is fear. And once we learn to live without fear, there's nothing they can do to them. There's nothing they can do to Tommy and Sally. There's nothing now they can do to Peter. We have to live without fear. People think that we have no power. We're just individuals. We're just drops in the ocean. But we're not. We're all linked. We're all connected. We are all the ocean in a drop. Enjoy the day and have a great time. Thank you for listening to me.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Now, when we look at the mainstream media, they do their damnedest to divide us, put us in a state of submission by fear, and they don't tell the truth. They try their best to divide us and take a little look around. Do we feel divided today? Yeah, do we, bollocks? Have a little look. Now, talking of media, the new media, the real honest media that tells you exactly what's going on without prejudice, the opposite side to the lying BBC, Sky News filth. The next one on the stage, the next man is Mr. Mayor Susie. Come on!
Apparently this flag is a taboo. It's a sin to hold it here. Ladies and gentlemen, let's not forget, we're here for the kingdom. We're also joined by patriots from around the world. We've got all the usual flags, the American flags, the Israelis, we also have the French flag. Even the bloody Welsh are here. The Iranian flags. But we're here, not just the United Kingdom. We think about Peter Lynch, Rhiannon Sky White, a hotel worker who lost her life yesterday after an attack by illegal migrants in Sudan. We think of Tommy Robinson in jail right now. We think about the 3 little innocent girls in Southport who lost their lives. Now, the building right behind me, down the street, and the one over there, the House of Parliament, they think we're far-right anarchists. Just because we criticize the system. We criticize the system because we want it to be better. I am going to talk about the political side, but the fact that they are scared of you guys are far-right, unless they are scared and terrified of far-right grandmothers, and all their families and children, and again people coming from France and Canada and Australia. My mother apparently is also a far-right thug. She was saved by the British Embassy from Iran. She was an actual political refugee. She came here to give me a fresh chance in life. To what end? I now have to have private security because I get death threats for doing my job, for doing a job that the BBC should be doing, for simply reporting the news. Now, this wasn't what my mom actually wanted. I'll be safer in Gaza than in London at this point. Now, I have a message to the political establishment, the mainstream political parties. First one, Reform UK. Our friends at Reform, this crowd is not what you think it is. You misunderstood them. Look around, bring your representatives, talk to the crowd here. Don't be scared. These people, a lot of them voted for you. My message to the Tories, People are here protesting against Keir Starmer, but let's not forget, this crowd was not created by the Labour government. This was happening under the Tories. You created this. It's your fault. Finally, what is my message to the Labour government? Nothing positive. The only message is actually to you guys when it comes to the Labour government. Get ready. Campaign. Fight. Don't give up. Unite the right. Unite the kingdom. Stop the division. Fight, fight, fight. Final message to all the other patriots who come here to support the British public, the Americans, the Israelis, the French. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your support. We will support you in your fight in your countries. Nationalists and patriots, it's time to unite. We've been too isolated. We've been left each other alone. It's time to support each other. Thank you very much. I'm Maya TC and we are the media.
I'll tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, the next man, and I'm going to refer to him as a man, despite the fact he's 13 years of age. He's just about to get up on stage and speak in front of you lovely people. And there's lots of you. If you can see what I'm seeing, the crowds go back and back and back, and we have a young, up-and-coming politician that gets stick at school, labelled, the stigma, far right, the usual tripe. And it'll be nice actually when he gets up here, because he can see that there's nothing far right about this crowd. The only thing that's it's just right. So please give this young man a massive, massive cheer, a round of applause, because I don't know anybody his age that would come and do this. What a man! Let's go! Charlie Simpson!
United as one. They call us far right because we love our country. And every one of you are not far right, you're concerned citizens. Because down at Downing Street, Keir Starmer protects his own. Not you. Keir Starmer has blood on his hands. We stand here united. He killed Peter Lynch. This government did. Now, I ask you all as one to join us in the fight for freedom, to bring our country back. Great Britain, make it truly great. Now, I can see a UKIP flag. UKIP are the real party. The party for the people, not Reform UK. Fake party, fake. The kicks me out because I stood with Tommy. It's because I stood with Tommy. Are you all hearing this? The party for the patriots. Tommy's the biggest patriot we've ever got. So, I ask you all at the next election, you vote for UKIP, you join UKIP. Right, I'm going to start finishing off now, but thank you. And remember, keep doing your country proud.
You are a living legend. Oh man, Charlie Simpson, come on! Give me some! Unbelievable! Wow! Respect to you, brother. Get a picture. Get a picture. Yeah, well, you know what? Credit where credit's due. Credit where credit is due. Go on, lift up the top. Oh! on Charlie Simpson, what he said and what he just done there, and giving people credit where it's due. This is what we need more of. Giving people credit when they're due, building each other up, being each other's brother and sister and friend, and encouraging each other to do the right thing all the time. Now I'm going to pass you over to Lutz and Vicky. You have to forgive me, I've been parachuted in to do this. And then from Lutz and Vicky, we are going to get Richard Inman on straight after, and then he is going to show you Tommy's documentary. So I'll be back in a little while. Until then, have a glorious time! Come on. All the way from Germany, might I add.
Hello UK, I'm Vicky. I'm living now in the US because I'm not allowed to be in Germany anymore because I'm fighting for freedom of speech. I expose the hypocrites in Germany, the politics, and today we are all here for Tommy because he's a political prisoner, for showing the world what's really going on in all over Europe, because this is not only happening in the UK, it's everywhere. It's in Brazil. I'm doing a documentary for Urban Scoop about what's going on in Brazil, and we have to stand together. Today is a very important day for the whole world. You make a sign, you stand up, and the world has to watch you, it has to follow you in the fight for freedom of speech for our children. Because our children have a right to live in freedom and have a right to grow up in a country to be proud of. You have to be proud to be British. I have a right to be proud to be German. They can't take that away from us. Don't let them take that away from us. And today we are all Peter Lynch and Free Tommy. I wanted you put in every post on Twitter, Free Tommy, hashtag Free Tommy. Float the internet with this hashtag, that the world sees what's going on, because mainstream media doesn't want that to be seen. And we don't care anymore. We are the people. We are fighting for our rights. Thank you.
Hello, Great Britain. My name is Lutz. I'm the founder of the Pegida movement in Germany. I met Tommy 10 years ago, and since then we became friends, and we're actually going the same way. I'm facing the same charges. I'm still free, I'm the lucky one, but I'm facing the next one in a couple of months, so I'm not sure that I'm going to join you that soon again. But we have to stand together everywhere, all the patriots all over the world. We have to go our way, we have to fight for the freedom of speech. Tommy's been charged for it, I'm charged with it. So that's why, support Tommy and support every people's movement in this world which is going to fight for the freedom of speech, which is a people's right. This is the most important thing. If they take away that from us, we are at the end. That's it from me and Free Tommy. Let's call it again as Liam did before. Oh, Tommy, Tommy! Tommy, 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 Tommy Robinson. Thanks. Thank you, London. Thank you, Great Britain.
One more thing that we're all going to have to play a little part in. Charlie Healy from X Factor is due to be singing on stage, and he's in the crowd and he's struggling to get through, which is a great thing because it shows how many people have turned up, but we need to figure out a way of getting him through, you lot. So Charlie, if you can hear me, just tap whoever's in front of you on the shoulder and say, I'm Charlie Healy. So if somebody taps you on the shoulder saying they're Charlie Healy, get him to the stage, the man's got to sing! And now over to Mr. Richard Inman, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, what Liam just said there reminded me of an old film called Spartacus. So we don't want everyone coming to the platform saying, I'm Charlie Healy. We only want the real Charlie Healy. But if you remember that film, Spartacus, what was the catchphrase from Spartacus? I am Spartacus. many more demonstrations, and we've seen the videos of him. One of us, just an ordinary man, a grandfather just like I am, a father just like I am, and a patriot just like I am. Peter Lynch should be here today, and he's not. Let's have a massive cheer for Peter Lynch. And before I forget what we're going to do when the film's on, we're going to pass buckets round the audience, and we're going to do a collection for Peter Lynch's family, and we're going to do a collection for Tommy Robinson's children. If I didn't say it now, I would have forgotten. But we're here because we're at a very pivotal moment in our country, and I believe every single one of us is not just a Peter Lynch and a Tommy Robinson. Every single person in this crowd is a British hero. You are all British heroes. And you know, many times we come here and we talk about the problems and we talk about what's wrong, and you're going to see a film in a minute that goes into great detail about that. But I want to say something. Every single person in this crowd is not a problem. You are the solution, and you're the people that are going to take our country back. And my message to Keir Starmer, the person who hates grandfathers. What do we think of Keir Starmer? What do we think of Keir Starmer? I agree. I'm not going to say what I think of Keir Starmer because I've been told to keep it clean. Keir Starmer has to go. Keir Starmer will go. And in 5 years' time, we're going to send him packing, and hopefully we'll send him to prison as well. What we're going to do now, we're going to show a film, and this film talks about Peter Lynch. This film talks about the heroes, the political prisoners that have been locked up for nothing. Our judicial system has been weaponized by evil people in that house behind you. It's got to change. It's got to change. This film is going to tell the story of Peter Lynch. It's going to tell the story of Tommy Robinson, but it's going to tell the story of the hundreds of other people whose lives and families have been destroyed by those corrupt people in that house behind you. And before we start the film, I want everyone in this crowd, I want us to observe a 1 minute silence. So I'm going to ask you, when I stop talking, when I shut my big mouth in about 30 seconds, I want a hush to go over this crowd, and I'm going to ask Liam if you could time me to make sure we get 1 minute. When I stop talking, I want this entire crowd to go silent for the hero of our age, Peter Lynch.
Khan, a proud grandfather and father of four, was sentenced to 2 years, 8 months in prison. His so-called crime? Raising his voice and holding a banner in defence of what he believed. Branded a far-right thug by the media and Keir Starmer, Pete was thrown into a brutal prison system among violent criminals. But the real justice, he paid the ultimate price. Alone, isolated from family he cherished, Peter took his own life in a cold, unforgiving cell. His voice may have been silenced, but his sacrifice will echo through history. May he rest in peace. It's September 2024. There's been trouble on our streets. The government and legacy media tell us one thing, social media and citizen journalists tell us something else. What we do know is the British people are angry. What's ignited this anger? What is going on? And are we seeing lawfare waged on the British people with a whole new level of intensity? I've been at Runnymede, England to make this film. Why Runnymede? Because it's where King John was made to sign the Magna Carta over 800 years ago. The Magna Carta is a document designed to shackle the power of tyrants. The document that makes it clear that everyone, including the king, who was the authority in the land at the time, is subject to the law. And the law is to be applied without fear or favour. The document that has inspired freedom-loving people around the world. A document to protect free-born English men and women from the abuse at the hands of tyrants. How fast and how far our nation has fallen. Now, we looked at the architecture of a totalitarian state in lawfare, the film we launched on the 1st of June this year. Two-tier policing, a politicised judiciary, a controlled media, and dissenting voices being crushed. These are just some of the pieces that the Conservatives put in place, working hard to build their utopian totalitarian state. New legislation, arrest for hurtful words, thought crime, debanked, fired. This has all been the case for a few years now. And digital programmable money, mass surveillance, social credit scores, 15-minute cities, pay per mile to drive. Yes, the US infrastructure is already in place for that. Centrally controlled food supply. All these things will follow soon. More tax, less freedom, and prison for anyone who objects. But right now, we have a new Labour government, and we could not have imagined how quickly and vigorously these new totalitarians, this morally bankrupt, communist, bewildered, one-term Labour government would have set about implementing their evil plans. We explained previously how totalitarians use all the institutions of the state to create the facade of fairness, due process, and a democracy. It's all a facade, while in fact they seek to destroy the very fabric of our society with their so-called progressive ideologies. Progressive ideologies that care not a bit for the oppressed, but use social justice as a veil for their hatred of the status quo. These totalitarians create division and chaos as the pretext to usher in their totalitarian utopia. Division and chaos, they both serve their purpose. And they create phantoms, imaginary foes. They turn the gullible against these imaginary demons. Why do they do this? Well, they have no power if they are scrutinised and exposed for what they are. They have no power if the people unite against them. And they are driven by free emotions. Free emotions lie at the heart of every totalitarian regime, and Keir Starmer's regime is no different. They're driven by lust, fear, and loathing. They're driven by lust, a lust for power. They will say and do anything to get it. They will say and do anything to keep it. This includes lying to us. We won't take away the winter fuel allowance. We won't raise taxes. They get elected, they take away the winter fuel allowance from thousands and thousands of pensioners on as little as £13,000 a year.
But how can you justify it to viewers who feel like it is an attack on some people who've worked hard all their lives? They're not wealthy, they don't have money to spare, and this year, if it's cold, they're going to be looking at the thermostat and wondering if they can pay their bills.
What can I say? The bloke has got blood in his hands. Peter Lynch, well, he helped him, didn't he? Hey, he helped him, all right. See you later. See you next time. Ciao.